said, "Sir, that is true, I have made a lot of money, but it's good to work for the church." I asked him why. He said, "There seems to be a lot of happiness. Seems to be a lot of happiness. I'm not here to advertise for to work in the church. But I want you to keep it in mind. It is good to be involved in what you like, but in everything what you do according to what the Lord has told you to do. What the Lord has told you to do. That is very, very important. That's very, very important, because even the best of people whom you have seen in the Bible, if they don't do things according to God, when they try to do things on their own, they miserably fail. You know, I might have talked to you about time and again about King David. King David, who chose him as a king? Any one of you? Who chose David as a king?
The Lord himself.
The Lord himself. The Lord himself chose him as the king. You understand? I mean, to be chosen by God to become his king of his own people. Isn't this something very, very special? Something very, very special. A man who was, what was his job before that? He was tending sheep. Probably, you know, if you read carefully and in Prophet Samuel's writing, when God decided to choose a king, when he asked David's father Jesse that to bring his sons, he brought how many sons? 8 of them. All of them he brought them, one after another one. And finally, when the Lord did not choose any one of them, it was kind of a second thought. You know, Samuel asked him, "Is that all you have?" And the Lord Jesse says, a kind of an apology, you know. And the kind of apology, "No, I have one more fellow." What is he doing? Oh, he probably, you know, he must have told him, "I don't think he's anything merit. I send him to take care of the sheep in the wilderness." In the wilderness. But you know, the Lord tells him, "Jesse, send for him. Send for him." When David was brought as a small little fellow, how many years old? 12, 13, 14, 17? How many years old when David was anointed?
12.
When?
12.
12 years old. Young, puny fellow, sitting in the wilderness and singing songs with the sheep. There was nobody to hear him, only the sheep. And he comes here and the Lord tells Samuel, "Get up and anoint him." And Samuel anoints him. He becomes the king of the Jews, king of his Lord's appointed, anointed king. I'm sorry, none of you will know what is in store for us. One of you who is hearing me today may someday stand here in this mic and speak to the graduating class as a college president. One of you might become a big politician or as a minister or someone, a great preacher like Mark Finley or somebody else. You don't know. You don't know till you surrender yourself to God and ask the Lord, as Pastor Noble said, to help you to excel in what the Lord has given you. David was chosen from nothing by God. And you have heard me say in this one, if you remember, whenever I speak to you, I always say that every one of us, every one of you are chosen to become members of the great college, Spicer Memorial College, not by a chance. See, this man has come from how many thousands of years of miles away? How many thousands of miles away he has come? He has come because the Lord wanted him to come to Spicer College. It is not a human desire. The Lord decides and chooses us from the most obscure places. Now, when I came to Spice College, if I got up and said that someday I am going to be the president of this college, people would have laughed at me. They would have laughed at me. He's an obscure fellow, has come from a humble family. I was thin as seven. I don't know who's. Anybody who's here must have been as thin as I was. The only best thing I had was a long moustache, but a long moustache. With my grandchildren laugh at even now. Quite a long moustache, and that's all I had to show around. But you do not know how the Lord leads your life. How the Lord leads your life. You cannot find it, my dear young boys and girls. You cannot find the leading unless until you and I surrender to the will of God and ask the Lord to help you to excel. The Lord to help you to excel. As an administrator in the church or in the division and all in the college, when I look at it, there's every moment the Lord has helped. I have also stood against people like the Goliaths, on whom David stood as a young boy. You know, imagine this life of David. He is chosen and anointed and forgotten. Isn't it? He is forgotten, he is sent back to the sheep.
I took Sar for a long time and you were missing, so I'm just saying.